I figured if you do this enough, you could actually go flying, but sadly, that is not a feature this game has. Power attack. I won't lie, guys, I have played this game a couple of times.
Not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Let's not do that. I think it was already heading for the planet's surface, so if they're gonna bomb it at the same time, this is not gonna... Cryoban grenade. I love these things. They're very expensive to get, but very useful against melee opponents if you're doing a ranged build. Alright, turns out we have plenty of time before it impacts the surface. Look at how far away that is. You can even see the Sith fighters shooting by. That's a nice little detail. I like that. Nice starfields. Great texture. Nothing else? Okay. So, as I said, guys, I have played this game before. Let's go over here and ensure you guys have a view, nice view, while we do some real talk here. I have played this game before, of course. My very first mod, the Empire at War mod, Old Republic at War, was of course based on the Old Republic era and inspired by this very game. In this game, I am not going to spoil anything on the playthrough, and I'm just going to let you guys experience it, as well as myself, as if it was the first time playing it. Because everybody remembers the wonders of the first time playing this game and all the great things that came with it. But I am going to be playing it with the knowledge of a more experienced player, and as such, I know where to find stuff, the best merchants, best quest items, a lot of things. You have enough experience to level up. You must level up before passing through this door. Okay. We know how to do this, of course. Level up. Here we see the dark side, light side alignment, which is very clear cut. HP, defense, skills. I cannot upgrade my persuade. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's see. Our only major skills are, of course, demolition, awareness, and treat injury, which does leave a whole lot to be desired. But I suppose we can. I don't want to do treat injury. So cheesy. Does really nothing. I mean, getting more health from your med packs is nice, but honestly, meh. I guess we'll just dump it in awareness. Feats. Let's see, what's all the melee things? Flurry. I do like this ability. Also over -4 penalty to all attacks that round. Of course, Flurry is very useful against enemies that are weaker than you, but then again, so is Power Attack. Toughness, dueling, meh. Let's go with 2 weapon fighting to prepare ourselves for that dual wielding. Actually, we are already dual wielding. Here you can see a bunch of stats, which is not very necessary right now. The experience. Script. Oh, of course, there's this. We're not gonna go into that. That's way too fancy for us. We just want to hit stuff with swords as hard as possible.
There's something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
No, Trask! No! Of course, if this would be locked and we would be able to enter this fight, we would absolutely get our asses handed to us. So, we're not going to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm messing around with the controls a little. Shouldn't do that. Let's see, Undertaker number 1 says, the space fight sequences are a pain in the ass though. Yeah, I do agree. That is very annoying. But we'll go through them. They're not that annoying.
This is Cartho Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
Alright, so I have just been told to cut the crap and get going, so that's what we're going to do. Power attack this fool. Oh. I mean, we are lacking the high ground, so... Luckily we were able to take him out. And we are going to proceed. No remains though. Does he really have no remains? Nothing for us to pick up. Anything, not even a grenade. Grenades, of course, in this game are plentiful. Whenever you spot yeah, we don't need the tutorial, thank you very much. Oh, that was effective. I think you can one-shot people with power attack if it connects like that. Well, wouldn't it be convenient? We have some ways to do that.
Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire security systems against the Sith.
Let's see, Doki did use like 100 med packs in the original final fight. Yeah, I mean, the final fight in this game is, it's interesting, but I know the way to beat him. And it is pumping yourself full of cocaine. More on that later. Okay, so computer use is a grand total of 2, and repair skill is a grand total of 2. We have 5 computer spikes and 8 repair parts, which means we are going... Yeah, let's activate the droid. Activate patrol mode and leave it alone. Items lost, because we did of course use the computer parts to actually reactivate the droid, and now everyone should be focusing on the droid while we go smash the shit out of these Sith troopers. Smash the shit out of these Sith troopers. That's surprisingly difficult to say for someone with my accent. English is of course a very we almost died there. Luckily I don't think there are any more enemies, so we should be able to just walk through this here. I forgot if we actually got this footlocker. Yep. The droid of course will have to be left behind. It would be very useful to have a combat droid alongside you. For the rest of the game, prototype vibroblade, ion blaster. Ion blaster, very useful against droids, not very useful against anything else. Longsword, vibroblade. Does 2 less max damage, but has a bonus damage of 1, which already makes it worth, and a critical threat. And of course it is balanced in the offhand. So actually what we are going to do is we're going to replace our short sword with this vibroblade. Yep, everything's good. Let's go.
You've made it just in time. There's only one
just in time.
escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
But who are you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left in the Endar Spire. Basila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later.
Well, alright then. We can, of course, take the escape pod. This is the last escape pod and your only hope of survival. So naturally, the only option there is to step away from the escape pod. That's of course not what we're going to do. We're going to use the escape pod and we're going to get off the ship. Oh. Such a sad end to such a beautiful ship. Oh, I don't think you survived that, man. I do not think you can survive that. There was no parachute, there was no slowing down, there was just face first into the wall.
Whoa, hold on. Don't try and get up yet. You were smashed up pretty bad when we crash landed here on Terrace. Don't worry, we should be safe here in this apartment. I gave you something to help you sleep. Just get some rest and
oh
let the
damn,
Kolto
Carthus
do
drugged
the
me.
job.
I don't feel good about this. I wonder what that was.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare.
Yes.
I was wondering if you're ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the
Was
Endar
having a
Spire.
dream.
I was with you in the escape
Good
pod.
dream.
Do you remember?
And you fucked it up for me. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers of the Endar Spire. Strange dream like vision. Hello, I'm Jeron, which is how every foreigner pronounces my name, of course. Karth, one of the communicator. Where am I? How did I get here?
You've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site.
That's impressive considering the force with which that escape pod crashed into the city. And the explosion that followed. By the time Sith arrived? The Sith!
Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet. They've declared martial law and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that
Oh,
you understand
well that's good.
multiple number
Can't
of
imagine the places
languages.
you've been in if this isn't the worst spot you've
But
been
it
in.
should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Well, alright then. Why is it so important to find Bastila? She's the other one from the Endar Spire, right? Why is it so important?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought.
Ouch.
Bastila's a Jedi.
Ouch.
She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
Well, alright then. Apparently this person is quite important. How can one person, even a Jedi, be so important? She can probably look out for herself. Well, I don't know. I mean, these escape pods crash at 100 miles an hour, so... I'm not even sure how we are alive. I mean, that probably would have cracked every bone in your body. So, we're just gonna ask this, and not question the logic of this universe.
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation.
Well, I mean, she could have swung
She
that
barely got out
glowy
alive.
stick around, done some stuff. That's probably more useful in small-scale engagements like that one, but I never saw her fighting. Bitch went straight for the escape pods. Lazy ass. So what do you suggest we do next? Probably look after... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, those glowy sticks seem to be really helpful in keeping oneself alive.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
Any idea where we can start looking?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
I agree. Wouldn't do me any good either. I ask you some questions. The sooner we start looking. Come on, I want to scout out the planet a bit. We could ask a few questions about the lore of this universe, but we are simply going to head out.
We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile.
Oh, I
There's some
always
great
do.
stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us.
Grunts? A couple of grunts?
Let's move out.
I'm sorry, grunts? Have you seen this face? This draws so much attention you wouldn't believe it. People will be staring halfway across the street at this. Look at that, dual-wielding blasters like some sort of guy who knows what he's doing. Throughout the game you will find weapons and armor that are marked as upgradable. These items can be improved by the addition of an upgrade item. Use the workbench. We already have one of these items, the Vibroblade, to which we are going to add a vibration cell, which will give us +1 damage. I'll take it. Computer spike, medpacks, always good to have. Apartment complex. Yep. This is the first time, so we can only have Garth in our party. This is the party, of course, that you are going to have. We are going to find these people somewhere in the game. Already have Garth, and let's go. There's, of course, a little cutscene here.
Right.
Which we'll have to go through.
Scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid.
I am a bad guy. I'm waving my fists really angrily in bad animation form. Why do the Sith keep bothering us? Don't question it.
That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouthed aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
And have you seen these swords? Oh. Thankfully you were here to step in and help us. I like how in this game there are only like... This is the first time Sith have come in here, cause trouble for us, hopefully we'll be last. I like in this game how there are of course only a few lines of dialogue for every alien language, so there's always going to be the same set of voice acting every time for every alien you find. Hey, welcome Xackman to the stream. We are doing Knights of the Old Republic. When someone comes searching for this patrol, glad I could help. Ooh. If you want some dark side points, get them here. Get your dark side points right over here. Ladies and gentlemen, they are free. We're not going to take them. Alright then. Some of the dialogue of the aliens actually takes a while to complete, so I will be skipping through a lot of them. More grenades, because this entire universe is loaded with grenades and a bunch of cocaine. Low security door. Let's see. Oh, this is one of my favorite characters. The janitor.
Hey there,
Watch where you're walking. I just clean these floors. Love this guy. Who are you?
My name's Kadir.
Kadir.
I'm the janitor for this building. You must be the new tenant here, eh? Never thought they'd rent that abandoned apartment. You look like an off-worlder. What happened? You get stuck here because of the quarantine?
I'm sorry for these swords sticking in your belly.
Apartment.
That is really unfortunate. You see, it's a condition. I mean, my hands, they just keep moving around. I can't really control them. So I'm sorry if I stab you accidentally. You're a nice guy and all that. I just can't help it.
Don't know how much I can tell you, but seeing as how you're new here, I guess I can try and help you out.
Oh, so now we're new here. Tell me something about Terrace.
Decent enough place to live, I guess, except for the lower levels. That's where the swoop gangs hang out.
The
Just
swoop
stay in up the city
gangs.
and you'll be fine. You also might want to
Love this
check out
guy.
the cantina. I used to go there when I was younger. A good place to get a drink and find out what's going on in the upper city.
Alright then, we'll check that out.
Don't know how much I can
What do you think of the Sith and the quarantine?
Not much of an issue for me, you know. I ain't never left Taurus, and they ain't never gonna.
And he ain't never gonna.
Sure riled up about it, but I don't really know much about it. I prefer to keep to myself mostly. But there's plenty of people at the cantina who'll be more than happy to tell you what they think about the.
Oh yes, there is no shortage of opinionated people in this universe. And I will be going now.
I should get back to work anyway. I'll probably see you around. I'm here most of the time. The building doesn't clean itself, you know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it would be useful if we had some like automation or something, or maybe droids to do this for us, but who'd want that? Automation takes jobs away. They took our jobs. Low security door. Let's see if we can punch through it with a couple of swords. I feel like we are trespassing here. I feel like I'm going to continue to do this. Medpack, computer spike, and 5 credits. 5 credits doesn't get you anywhere in this universe. Twilight? Guess that probably won't happen now. Nope, the Sith are homophobic as fuck. The Sith, of course, in this universe are the KKK. The KKK of the Star Wars universe. They even wear white suits. Well, they don't actually wear white suits. Quarren. Hang on, what? Quarren? Wait, hang on. There were Quarrens in Knights of the Old Republic 1? I thought those were introduced in Knights of the Old Republic 2. That's actually interesting. Maybe the good old games version of this game has added in some missing content, like Quarrens. I'm not sure. I do believe it was, of course, a cut piece of content for the original game that they later introduced in the Knights of the Old Republic 2 game. So, swords sticking through the door, of course. Let's bash it open, see what we can get. As expected, hitting a door with a sword is not going to do much. We will, however, get through it, even if it takes all day. Luckily it didn't. This poor Thorian. I've nothing of value. I do kind of feel bad about taking your stuff, but we are on a quest to rescue the universe. We will save the galaxy. I am sorry, I am hereby reprimanding your stuff. Reprimanding? Reprimanding? Not sure how to pronounce that. Really, Sith didn't care about illegal aliens? Doesn't sound much like them. That is, of course, the door to the Teresian Undercity. However, if we check the map, I do want to check out every apartment before we go there. And then try to get something done. Because, of course, as much as we enjoy Taris, we are not going to be here forever. At least we hope not. Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not in the business of punching people needlessly, especially slicing them up with these blades. Cleaning droid, that's what I'm saying. We have a cleaning droid, why is there a janitor? There doesn't need to be this. Oh. Well, he just sprang in front of us. Most of the residents of this rundown apartment are illegal aliens. My name is Larim, by the way. You are not one of these illegal aliens? I don't care what your name is, and I'm not telling you mine. This is, of course, the dark side option. Pleased to meet you. My name is Jiron. I know it's really none of my business, but it looks like someone who might need to purchase one of these new energy shields. They're the latest thing, you know. Very high tech, knockoff brand, fraction of the price. Great purchase. When you surround yourself with a blah 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 de blah, it absorbs blaster bolts. Pretty handy. Yeah, can only take so much energy before the burnout. Ion blasters will take your basic dueling shield down pretty quick.
Tell you from experience that they aren't any good at all against a simple vibro.
There are some very good shields in this game. They are mostly introduced later on, and it is currently not worth actually buying these. Do you want to see what I have in stock? Yeah, sure. Mean something about No, I actually want to see a stock. Let's see, what does he got? He's got metapacks, computer spikes, parts, a couple of armor pieces. Quite expensive, quite expensive. Vibro blades, quarterstaff, very cheap. Item cost 2. Damage 1 to 6. It's not great, of course. Viro sword, on the other hand, is pretty good. Quite expensive, though. And I'm not going to just spend the little bit of cash that we have. Item cost 1. Amount infinite. This guy just has an entire rack of swords. He's basically a blacksmith. Light repeating blaster. I used to really like these. Until I found out that they weren't actually that great. Of course, everyone in this game has grenades, because everyone uses grenades. Everyone always has grenades. Now this is one of these energy shields. He just has one. It's pretty good, but they only take 20 points of energy, at least this one. Sound dampening stealth unit. Stealth field generator. Don't care much. Battle stimulant, aka cocaine. There is definitely a lot of cocaine in this game. Vitality points plus 8, attack plus 1, damage plus 1, durations 120 seconds. Those drugs don't last very long. Flash mines, of course. Rarely use them. I prefer to be moving forward instead of backwards. Low security door, let's hit it with a sword. Let's see, Undertake number 1 says, Trivia, anti-droid sentiment in Star Wars had, among other reasons, they take our jobs away as reasoning. Yeah, that's understandable. Furthermore, I always liked the Terrace in KOTOR 1 and Telos and Nar Shaddaa in 2. Too bad that the planets in KOTOR 1 and 2 were relatively limited. Would have liked to see so much more. Oh yes, and of course BioWare did that in the Mass Effect franchise. Back. I'm going to be taking your stuff, ma'am. I hope you don't mind. It's for the good of the realm, I guarantee it.
Who are you? What are you doing in here? You can't just come barging into someone's home.
Well, I just did. Deal with it. Look, see, if you actually go in someone's home and you want to steal something, don't say this. I'm sorry, I was just investigating the area.
That's no excuse. You can't just go around barging into people's apartments because you're curious. But at least you're more polite than that pig Holden.
Ooh, and who was that?
Just one of Darvik's men who can't keep his hands to himself.
Oh dear.
All he got for his trouble was a nasty scar from my vibroblade. Too bad I'm the one still paying the price.
Someone tried to get laid a little bit too much. What do you mean?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm in enough trouble already. Besides, I don't know if I can trust you.
Hey, have you seen this pretty face? Does this face look like you can trust it? Yes, it does.
Well, I suppose you seem like an all-right sort. When I cut
Always
Holden,
works.
it made him back off, but it also embarrassed him in front of his friends. Holden's a spiteful little hut slug. He went and put out a bounty on my head for what I did. That's why I'm hiding out
So you were in
here.
the club, you were hanging out, this guy came, and he was talking to you, you know, it was getting a little bit too close. You didn't like it, you told him to stop, he didn't do it, and so what you did is you pulled out a sword. And then you attacked him with it. I feel like there were different paths of action to take there. But I'll help you with it.
I doubt it. Holden is one of Darvik's men. When you work for the local crime lord, the authorities tend to turn a blind eye. I'm afraid this
Oh
is
dear.
between me and Holden now.
So you pulled a sword not only on some random guy in the club, he was also part of the mafia. Well, I mean, at that point you can just you just know where this is going. This is never going to end well. At that point, you just need to check yourself before you wreck yourself and put the sword back. Maybe give him a push, say go fuck yourself, and then walk away instead of shoving a sword into the guy. But I'll speak to Holden for you, because I'm a good guy.
You could try, I guess. He usually hangs out at the cantina in the lower city. It probably won't do any good. Holden's used to getting his own way. That's one of the fringe benefits of being a goon for Darvik.
Oh dear.
For the local
Davik
crime
sounds
lord
like a
lets you
bad
get
guy.
away with things. Still,
Working
I
for the local
appreciate
crime
your
lord, I see. So Davik, we have learned, is the local crime lord. And he is a bit of a bad guy. Let's see, there's a little bit of discussion in chat here. Let's see, Undertaker 1. Even in Mass Effect, at least Mass Effect 2, considering Citadel Station, and Nar Shaddaa Asteroid Quest, Omega. Too small. Too small? Man, Mass Effect 2 had many locations you could go to. Same with Mass Effect 2 and, 1 and 3. Actually, all 3 games had many places you could go to. You can land on many planets. I'm gonna ask some questions. No.
I can't help you.
I'm here to collect the bounty on your head. Die. That's not what we're going to do.
Goodbye and good luck.
We are, of course, a good guy. Not a nice guy, but a good guy. He's going to deal with the bodies. That's the apartment, which is our apartment, I think. Well, hello there. That's where the bad guys go with their swoop gangs. I do like the grandfatherly voice of that guy. It's the only place in the game where I think they used his voice. It's a shame of all the repeating voice dialogue in this game. I'd appreciate that guy voicing some more people.